Have you ever stopped to think if there are habits you're unknowingly pushing people away with, but no one has the courage to mention? As we grow older, we often find ourselves developing habits, sometimes without realizing, that can make others uncomfortable. These little things might seem harmless to us, but they can silently change the way we interact with others, and not in a good way. In this video, we're going to dive deep into 14 habits that, although they might seem completely normal to us, might be causing discomfort to those around you. And the hard truth? No one is telling you. You might be oblivious to them. But by the end of this video, you'll not only be more aware, but also be empowered to change and improve your relationships with the people you care about. Let's get into it. Chapter 1. Talking too much about illness. As we get older, our bodies start to wear down. It's only natural to talk about health issues when they arise, and it can feel good to get things off our chest. But when illness becomes the only thing we talk about, it begins to change how we connect with others. People don't always know how to respond. They may start to feel uncomfortable or unsure of how to help. It's important to share your health struggles, but also to remember that you are more than your ailments. You have stories to tell, wisdom to share, and love to give. Chapter 2. Being too negative. Negativity is more than just complaining. It's a mindset that can seep into every conversation and relationship. The longer we hold on to it, the harder it becomes to see the positive side of life. This chapter dives deeper into how negativity can affect both your health and your relationships. We'll look at studies showing how an optimistic mindset can improve your well-being and offer practical tips on how to reframe your thoughts, even when life feels hard. Chapter 3. Oversharing personal details. While it's good to be open and honest, there's a fine line between sharing and oversharing. Talking too much about personal issues or intimate details can overwhelm others. Why it's uncomfortable. People may feel like they're being asked to take on emotional burdens that they're not prepared for. How to improve it. It's important to respect boundaries, both yours and theirs. Share when it's appropriate, and try to read the room to understand if the conversation is becoming too heavy. It's about knowing when to listen and when to speak. Chapter 4. Judging others too harshly. As we age, we often develop stronger opinions about what's right or wrong. While it's natural to have values and beliefs, being overly critical of others can push people away. Why it's uncomfortable. People don't like feeling judged or criticized. It creates an environment of tension, and it can make them want to distance themselves from you. How to improve it? Try to approach differences with curiosity instead of judgment. Ask questions and listen to understand, rather than assuming you have all the answers. Empathy goes a long way in keeping relationships strong. Chapter 5. Being stubborn and unwilling to change. When we get older, we often feel more set in our ways. It's easy to develop a mindset that things should be done a certain way. But being stubborn can create friction in relationships. Why it's uncomfortable. People may feel that their opinions or feelings don't matter, especially if you're constantly shutting down new ideas or suggestions. How to improve it? Practice being open-minded. Challenge yourself to embrace change and recognize that other perspectives can enrich your life. Flexibility is key to growing relationships and adapting to new environments. Chapter 6. Not listening fully. Listening is a skill that we can all improve on. Sometimes we might be so eager to share our own thoughts that we forget to truly listen to others. Why it's uncomfortable. It can make people feel unseen or unimportant. If they feel like they're just waiting for their turn to speak, it diminishes connection. How to improve it? Work on being present in the conversation. Put down your phone, make eye contact, and really absorb what the other person is saying. Active listening is a way to show that you value the other person's voice and perspective. Chapter 7. Talking too much about your health. Health concerns become more common with age, but constantly discussing your health can overwhelm others and make you seem self-centered. Why it's uncomfortable? People may feel like they're being asked to focus on something negative, or that they're in a conversation that's one-sided and draining. How to improve it? While it's important to talk about health when necessary, try to balance the conversation by focusing on things that are uplifting. Share moments of joy, humor, and excitement too, not just your struggles. Chapter 8. Being too critical of younger generations. It's easy to judge younger people for their choices or behavior, but being overly critical can make them feel rejected. Why it's uncomfortable? Younger generations may feel like they're being compared to a different time, and they might not feel understood. How to improve it? Instead of criticizing, seek to understand their point of view. Every generation has its own challenges and achievements. Appreciate the differences and find common ground. Chapter 9. Disrespecting personal boundaries. As we grow older, we sometimes forget the importance of personal space and boundaries. Overstepping these boundaries, even unintentionally, can make people feel uncomfortable or violated. Why it's uncomfortable? Everyone needs their own space and respect for their personal lives. Ignoring this can cause frustration and even resentment. How to improve it? Be mindful of others' needs for space and privacy. If you're unsure about someone's boundaries, ask them directly. Respecting boundaries helps build trust and mutual respect in all relationships. Chapter 10. Telling people what to do. Giving advice can be helpful, but constantly telling others what they should do can feel controlling. As we get older, it's natural to want to share our wisdom, but doing it in a way that's not pushy is key. Why it's uncomfortable? People don't like to feel like they're being bossed around or told how to live their lives. How to improve it? Instead of telling others what to do, offer suggestions and let them make their own choices. Share your experiences without imposing them and encourage them to trust their own judgment. Chapter 11. Being overly dependable on others. It's natural to need help from time to time, but becoming overly dependent on others can place unnecessary pressure on them. Why it's uncomfortable? People may feel drained or burdened by the constant need to care for someone else. How to improve it? Take steps to become more independent. Focus on what you can do for yourself and don't hesitate to ask for help when it's truly needed. Healthy independence is a sign of strength. Chapter 12. Being defensive about criticism. When people offer constructive criticism, getting defensive can close the door to growth. We all need feedback to improve, but being open to it is essential. Why it's uncomfortable? It makes others feel like they can't speak openly with you, and it creates tension in conversations. How to improve it? Learn to accept criticism gracefully. View it as a tool for personal growth rather than a personal attack. Ask for clarification if needed, and show gratitude for the opportunity to improve. Chapter 13. Lack of gratitude. A lack of appreciation can erode relationships. When we don't express gratitude for the people in our lives, we risk taking them for granted. Why it's uncomfortable? People want to feel valued and appreciated. Without gratitude, they might feel like they're being overlooked or ignored. How to improve it? Make it a habit to thank people, whether it's for a favor, a kind word, or just their presence in your life. Expressing gratitude strengthens bonds and keeps relationships healthy. Chapter 40, Refusing to Let Go of Control. As we age, it's easy to feel like we need to control everything around us. However, this can be exhausting for others who might feel stifled by your need for control. Why it's uncomfortable? People don't like to feel controlled, and it can create a sense of suffocation. How to improve it? Let go of the need to control every situation. Embrace flexibility and trust that others can handle things just as well as you. Being willing to surrender control can create a sense of freedom for both you and those around you. These 14 habits might be things you've never thought twice about, but once you recognize them, you can make the choice to change. Life is about growth, connection, and learning to be the best version of yourself, not just for you, but for those around you. By being mindful of these habits, you'll foster stronger, more meaningful relationships and enjoy a fuller, richer life. So which of these habits do you think you're guilty of? And what will you do today to improve? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.